one of the things that which I think is central to my teaching, especially my teaching practices, is that it's that bridging between the gap between theory and practice. So we do a lot of theoretical stuff in class, which is very dry. Students normally tend to fall asleep. But then you tie that up, or you bridge that with a case study, for example, or a field visit where they get to apply the theory that they've learned. And you got to do it in an engaging way. So those are the three things I think which is very important. So theoretical stuff, very dry and boring, and then you mixed it up with a little bit of case studies or field trips where you're bridging that gap between the theory and practice, and you got to do it in an engaging way. I think that's what I've been doing all over this years. So I'll get feedback from, say, this year's student, 2023. They'll tell me the field trips has been boring. What if you included this, or what if you had done some more engaging things during the field trip? And then we share that with the next year students, that's students from 2024, and ask them how they feel, and then incorporate that. And as we go along, we have a continuous discussion, but with the current students. The most important story I tell the students is that they are central to what others before them, the ones that are coming before them, because they have benefited from the CCAT that others have given. And they're benefiting from it. And that's a story that I tell throughout all my courses. And I say that you cannot deprive the new students of making this course better. So, and they take that on board. They take that really well, because then they realize that they're playing an important role of informing the teaching. Not just, and it's not just them learning. I'm also learning in terms of how to improve delivery and so on. Specifically to this course that I'm teaching, we've had this issue of having an increased number of students. Over the years, we've had this discussion of whether field trips are an integral part of teaching, right? Because it's easy to take 10, 15, 30. What happens when you get 50, 60, and 80? How do you still do field trips? But CCAT has kept that field trip going, even when I had 100. Right? We had 106 in 1 year. The reason being was because of CCAT, because the students said we love the field trip. So and I think all of us know that in the CCAT you have that word cloud. The biggest word that comes out in all the CCAT evaluation over the years was field trip.